Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. Today is Monday, November 30th, and it is the first day of the Tis the Seasonathon. So I'll be vlogging that whole thing this week. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to get into the holiday spirit, and I'm reading a couple of holiday books for that. Am I reading a couple of holiday books or just one? I don't know. I don't even know what's going on my TBR. There's so much. So yeah, it's Monday morning right before work. I have about 15 minutes before I need to log in. And I just wanted to hop on and start this vlog. So today is day one of Tis a Seasonathon, but it's also the last day of November. And I'm kind of in this weird spot where all of the other readathons I'm doing for December don't start until tomorrow, and you can't start early, at least on one of them. So basically today I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of reading for the Tis the Seasonathon, just because of that, because I want to follow the rules of all the readathons. So my goal for today is to finish The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which will be will be my last read of November, unless John and I finish our audiobook tonight, which we should. So today is just me wrapping up November. So I have, I think 150 pages left, right about 150 pages left of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I read maybe 50 or so pages this morning. So that is my focus today, is to just finish that, and then I'll spend the rest of the week for the readathon reading stuff for the readathon. So that's kind of where we are at right now. Yeah, I was going to say something else, but I don't remember what it was. So I will check in with you guys after work today, because I don't think anything's going to come up between now and then that's reading related, because I'll be working. We'll see. So yeah, I will see you guys after work.
Hey everyone, ignore my hair. I did not do anything with it today other than put it in a bun ponytail thing because I was feeling lazy. So it is 7 o'clock on Monday night. I don't have any real reading updates, but John and I got our tree decorated, so I was going to show you guys that. Do a little tree tour here of some of my favorite ornaments. So I'm going to flip you around and show you some of them. All right, so first up is this wine glass that says, "Love you more than wine." I bought it mine and John's first Christmas after getting married, so 2 Christmases ago, because I actually said that in our vows. So had to get that. What's some other good ones here before I show you my favorite? We have Flounder from The Little Mermaid. I've had this, I don't even know how long. So first I should say, John and I don't do fancy things with our Christmas tree. We basically took all of the ornaments that both of us had and just used those. So I have ornaments from when I was it has baby's first Christmas, 1988 and 1989 for me and John. So, and I just like the look of just the random collection of ornaments. We have these kissing reindeer. I don't know where those came from, but they're cute. This is from 5th grade. That's 5th grade Tara. This is 5-year-old Tara, 1993. This is John's footprint from 1992. What other good ones do we have? I have other wine bottle ornaments. I think I have this Hardee's Carl's Jr. Which one? This was Carl's Jr. star that got, I don't know how long I've had that. Like I said, a random collection of ornaments. And then my all-time favorite ornament, I don't think I showed you guys this last year, This is from, does it have a date on it? It doesn't. Like John from like, I don't know, preschool or nursery school or something. So it's been around a long time. It has this ornament. It's my favorite. I don't know why. It's just like so specific. Like a Legos set, the little ones. Like he outgrew the Duplos. He wanted legit Legos. I just love it. I should get it laminated or something, but I mean, it's lasted like 25 years. So why risk ruining it now? But yeah, this is like my all-time favorite ornament until like our little boy starts bringing us ornaments from school. This will forever be my favorite. We also, so we still had our Christmas star. If you watched last week's vlog, you'll know that like I needed a tree topper, but like we don't love it and it like is bending and stuff. So we should be getting our new tree topper from Amazon. I don't know if we'll get it in this week's vlog or next week's vlog. And then if you're wondering why we have these flags here, it's like, I don't know, 4 Christmases ago, John's sister did like Ancestry DNA or like 23andMe. I don't remember which one she did, but John's family is like, oh, we're Italian. And she did this like the DNA test and come to find out that yes, like they were from Italy, but they were like of like Arab descent, like Saudi Arabia or something. Like basically that's like how the Italian side of her like their family came to be. And so she came in to like Christmas Eve one year and was like, I've got some news. And she came in carrying those flags. And then like she came over to our house afterwards, like to stay the night between Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And she put them on our tree. And now every year we've just put them at the top of our tree. I don't know. It's like some silly like tradition that we've started. But just to remind us that they're not like pure like Italian, that they're like Italians with like Arab descent or something. I don't know exactly. Like they're like Italians from like the Arab invaders way back in the day. So they don't actually have like Italian in their blood or something. I don't know, but that's that. So yeah, those are some of my favorite ornaments. And yeah. I'm going to do some reading now. Oh, I do have a reading update. John and I are almost done with An Echo of Things to Come. We have like an hour and 40 minutes left of the audiobook. I think that's like 3 chapters left. But we listened to it at like 2 times speed. So we did a little bit of listening while we were decorating the tree. And, sorry, Shrad wants up. And then we'll finish it tonight. We're gonna do our own thing for a couple of hours and then we'll go from there. So we should finish that tonight. I need to try and finish The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I have like 120 pages or something left of that. I'm going to do some reading so that hopefully I can finish this book before tomorrow. So I will see you guys later. Hey everyone. I just finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It is like just after 9 o'clock. I mean, overall, I enjoyed it. It's not like my favorite book of the year, but it's a solid like 4-star read. I didn't cry at the ending. A lot of people said I would cry at the ending, but no tears. See, not crying. But it was good. I don't know. I kind of saw the ending coming, so it wasn't like an, oh my gosh, she did what? Like, I kind of saw it coming. So yeah, it was good. But that's all I'm going to say about that.
because I'm going to be filming a wrap up like tomorrow or Wednesday. So don't want to be too repetitive amongst like between my videos. So I think John and I are getting ready to listen to the rest of An Echo of Things to Come. And that will be the end of November. So I will see you guys in the morning where I will be starting some more books for December. So I'll see you guys then. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday morning. Shroud's wandering. Yeah, it's like just before 9 o'clock. I start work in about half an hour. Just wanted to hop on and say hi. John and I did end up finishing An Echo of Things to Come last night. So I finished all of the books that I had going for November. Did I read all of the books that were on my November TBR? Not even close. Oops. But oh well. So I need to film my wrap up either today or tomorrow. I'm thinking tomorrow because I really don't feel like getting more ready than this today, like doing hair and makeup. And tomorrow I have a chiropractor appointment, so I think I'll film it tomorrow because I'll actually like get somewhat ready. Like I'll actually put like nicer clothes on and then I'll do my hair and makeup. So I'll probably film my wrap up tomorrow. So it is December 1st. So time to start on all of my December reads. So today, here's what we've got going on. I think I am going to listen to the audiobook of, I can't remember which one I put on hold at the library. Oh, I think Shroud needs to go outside. Do you need to go outside, buddy? All right. Ignore any messes you see in my kitchen as I let Shroud out. There you go. I found an audiobook for Clap When You Land and an audiobook for Murder on the Orient Express. One of them was on Scribd and one of them was on Libby, and I put a hold on whichever one was on Libby, and I don't remember which one was which. So whichever one's available, I'll start the audiobook for that. What is he doing out here? All right, he's gonna, Grizz, you wanna go out too? Go on. It's a rotating door here in the mornings typically. So let's go back into the living room and I can show you the other things I'm gonna be reading. So I'll start an audiobook, whichever one's available. I don't remember. Then I'm starting my buddy read with Linda of Winter Street today. She's doing the audiobook. I'm going to read it physically. I think like I could easily read 50 plus pages of this in a day. And that's what I told her. I was going to see how much I read today. And then we can go from there. Like neither one of us are in like a huge rush, but whatever. Either way, I'm going to just see how much I can read of it and we'll go from there. Then I also start my like family read of Little Women today. We're reading like approximately 4 chapters of this a day, which would take us about like 12 days-ish to read. So I'm really excited to get into this because it's been a few years since I've read this and this is my favorite book. So I'll be starting that today. Then I'm also going to start In a Holidays by Christina Lauren because this is like covering so many of the prompts for the 'Tis the Seasonathon for me. So I wanted to get that one started quickly. So I think that is kind of my reading plans for the rest of the week. I'm just going to start 4 books in one day. It's no big deal. I'm hoping that like they're different enough that it won't like get confusing, but that's that. I think right now I have about half an hour. Maybe I'll start one of these. So I will check in with you guys after work today. Hey everyone. Don't mind the pot that's like behind me on the bed. I just realized that looks really weird. I am going to be making some candles later, and I needed a cheap pot that I could ruin, so I bought it at Goodwill. Sorry. Not why I was getting on to do this clip. It was not to tell you about the pot I have. I just realized it looked odd. Anyways, the reason that I'm here with this clip is to let you know that I just finished the audiobook for Clap When You Land. It was like a super quick listen. It's only like a 5 or 6 hour long audiobook, and I listened to it on 2 times speed. And it's a book written in verse, so like it's not a lot of like words per page, but I enjoyed it. I think this is the first book I've ever like read or listened to in verse. But like I found it easy to follow. It's a really interesting story. I thought it would be a little bit different. Like, I guess I thought there would be, I don't know what I thought, honestly. I don't even know how to like formulate what I'm trying to say. Like, it was good. I enjoyed it. I liked the two sisters and both of their perspectives and how they're like different and like their different personalities and how they're going through the same thing and how they both deal with it differently because they have different relationships with their father. So I enjoyed it. It's not like my all-time favorite book ever. I enjoyed With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo more, I think. Well, no, I definitely did. Not I think. I did. And I think it's just because there was more story in With the Fire on High because it was like prose as opposed to like in verse. But it was good. I enjoyed it. It's like a solid 4-star read. So yeah, first book for the Reindeer Readathon, my Donner prompt, done. Points submitted. 15 points for Team Nutcracker. Boom, done. First day, check. And first book for the 'Tis the Seasonathon, which fulfills 2 prompts. The book I meant to like read this year because this came out this year and it was like one of my most anticipated reads and just got to it in December, but at least I got to it eventually. And I used this for my diverse book as well. So not too shabby. Don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up this pace through the rest of the month, but got to start strong. So yeah, that is that. Just wanted to hop on and say that. Hey everyone, so it's like, I don't even know what time it is. It's nighttime, 9:30, somewhere around there. On Tuesday night, I have my last week's vlog uploading right now. So hopefully that goes fairly quickly. As far as reading goes, so I read my 4 chapters of Little Women. I'm probably not going to be saying like a ton about this just because like it's my favorite book of all time. Like it's not anything like new. I've reread it so many times, but it's just like such a comforting read for me. It's like a fun book to read around this time of year. Like it literally opens up on Christmas Eve. So it just always gives me like this time of year vibes. So yeah, enjoying that so far. And then I've read like 30 pages of Winter Street. I need to read at least 20 more. I need to read at least 20 more pages because I told Linda I'd try and read about 50 pages a day. If I can read more, I will, because she's audiobooking it, so she'll probably get through more of it a day than I will.
So I'm going to try and read a little bit more of that while I wait for my video to upload. And then I'm just going to go back to In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. I'm on page 37 of this. So I'm kind of going to be focusing on these two the rest of the evening. I think I might want to shower, though. I think I want to shower tonight so I don't have to do it in the morning before my chiropractor appointment. So I might do that as well. I don't know. I'm getting sleepy. So that is where we are at as far as reading goes. I will maybe update you guys before I go to bed. It kind of depends on how much more reading I do. Or I'll see you guys in the morning. Who knows? We'll find out together. So I will see you guys later. Hey everyone, it is Wednesday afternoon, December 2nd. I am feeling, let me get my curtain out of the way. I'm feeling so lazy today. I mean, I've worked, so it's not like I've done nothing, but like as far as anything else goes, I've just been like super unmotivated. Like my plan was to film my November wrap up today. That hasn't happened. And it probably won't happen because at this point it's like 4:30. I'm not going to do my hair and do my makeup now. Like that's just not happening. And I like to look somewhat more presentable in my like official videos as opposed to my vlogs. So yeah, my plan, like my thought process yesterday was like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow because I'm going to go to the chiropractor and I'll have to like look presentable anyways. And literally like I have a sweater on and I have jeans on and that's about as far as I got, in my getting ready process. And I just don't feel like doing anything else. Yeah. So this is why, like, I don't know when I'm going to film my wrap up and like tomorrow, this weekend. I don't know when you're going to see my wrap up. Who knows? And this is exactly why I don't do Vlogmas, because I have a hard time sometimes getting the motivation to like film, edit, and post like 2 to 3 videos a week, let alone every day. And like coming up with ideas, like God bless you all that are doing Vlogmas. Like I give you major props. Like I don't think I could do it. I don't. I enjoy watching the videos. Sometimes I feel like, I don't want to say overwhelmed, but like there's so much content going out like in my like subscription feed right now because so many people do Vlogmas and I want to watch like everyone's videos because like all of my like YouTube friends are doing Vlogmas and I want to support them all, but I get behind. Like I'm already behind in watching booktube videos. Like then everyone posting like videos every day. Like I get a little bit like, oh my gosh, I'm like never going to get everyone's videos watched. So when it's like February and I'm still commenting on your Vlogmas videos, that's why. When I'm on maternity leave, finally able to catch up on all of like everyone's videos, that's why. It's because like Vlogmas is fun and I love watching the videos, but I shouldn't say never, but I will most likely never participate in Vlogmas, and I feel bad because I can't watch everyone's videos all day long. I mean, I wish I could, but I have to work. Anyways, that's my little thoughts on that. So I haven't done any reading yet today because this morning before work I was watching Vlogmas videos, and then I've been working. But a little reading update. So let's see. I think last night I told you that I read my 4 chapters of Little Women. Haven't read any more today. So I'll probably do that after dinner, all that jazz. I have, let's see.
it's only going to be like another 50 pages or so, I think. So there's that. Then I read my chapters for my buddy read with Linda in Winter Street. I think I got a little bit ahead of her. I'm not sure. It's hard to know because like she's listening to the audiobook, so she has like chapters, like numbered chapters to go by, and the physical book, the chapters aren't numbered. So I'm not entirely sure like if we stopped at the same point or not. It's close enough though. So I need to do reading in this. I'm enjoying it. It took me a minute to, excuse me. It took me a minute to figure out like who everyone was, even though I could have just read the back and figured out who was the kids and who were the parents. But I'm in like, so I think the storyline is going to be good. Like it's still like a little bit of setup, like all the kids are kind of, you can like see all of Kelly, who's like the main, I think he's going to be the main character, like one of the main perspectives. Kelly's grown, like adult kids are like coming home for the holiday after his second wife just left him. So that's, I'm not going to consider that spoilers because it's on the back and happens in the first 50 pages. So everyone's kind of coming together. So that is happening in there. And then I read In a Holidays. How far did I get in that? I think did I get to 100 pages? Let's see. Yeah, I broke 100 pages. I'm on page 103. I'm enjoying this. I don't think I'm enjoying it as much as some of the other Christina Lauren that I've read so far. I like the setting. It's set in Park City, Utah, which wasn't too far from where I lived in Utah. It was like literally just like on the other side of this canyon from where I lived. So I'm very like familiar with the setting. You know, they're driving like to and from the Salt Lake airport, like been there. Like I know that area. It's very pretty in Utah in the winter at like Christmas time because there's almost always, I won't say there's almost always snow on the ground at Christmas time. So I like the setting. Right now it's just like her. So like the whole premise of this is like she's like reliving the same like few days over and over and over, and like I think like trying to correct something, but I think she's thinking too much about what needs to be corrected. And so like so far we've had like the same like day or two, like I think 3 or 4 times, and she's starting to get annoyed, like, oh my gosh, like why am I like reliving this again? So I mean, it's enjoyable. I like May. She's a fun character. She's a fun perspective. I have some predictions as to what I'm pretty sure is going to happen because like it's a romance. And I think they're not being very subtle about it. So yeah, like I think here's what I think that like the whole point is that she's supposed to correct like one mistake that she made, and she's trying to like overcorrect like all of these other things as well. And so that's why she keeps having to relive this, because she's trying to do too much. So that is that. So I need to excuse me. I need to go pick John up from work, and I think I'm going to take one of these with me. I don't know which one to read while I wait for him, because typically like I tend to get there like 15 to 20 minutes early, just because it's just easier for me to go like right from me logging off work to go and get him without like getting the dogs all like disturbed and all of that, because we only live like 10 minutes away from our office. So it's like not worth it like to get them all disturbed and like in a tizzy just for me to leave. So I just go straight from me getting done with work to go and get him. So I tend to wait for a little bit. So I'll take one of these with me to read. I don't know which one. And then from there, I'll read the other 2 at some point tonight, not today. So that is where we are at right now. So I will see you guys a little bit later. Hey everyone, it is almost 7:30 on Thursday night. John is doing D&D downstairs. I'm just hanging out with the boys. I just finished, for the most part, our Christmas decorations. Like, I put out everything that we have. It was stuff in the kitchen and dining room. I'll show you that later. Just like putting out our tablecloth and stuff. We don't go like too crazy with the Christmas decorations, mostly because we don't have that many. So I guess that's something that you accumulate over the years, and we haven't accumulated that much. So I just did that so that it was all like put out, and so that I could put away those two bins over there of stuff, all the like boxes and stuff that our Christmas stuff goes in. And by I put away, I mean John. John will take them back down into the basement before his dad comes over tomorrow for dinner. Anyways, that's not why I started this video. I just wanted to let you guys know that I just finished In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. I read, I don't know, over 200 pages. Was it over 200 pages? Almost 200 pages today in this book. Like, once I got into the story and once like she stopped going back and like repeating the same day over and over, it read so quickly, like, in my opinion. I mean, obviously I just read like 200 pages in like a matter of a few hours. I just like, I got really like into the characters and into what was going on. And I think Shroud needs to go outside. Shroud, do you need to go outside? Come on. No, Shroud, come on. Well, hey, I guess I can show you our kitchen. Come on, buddy. Shrouder. Shrouder. All right. Well, while we're in here, so this is just like a little like buffet storage area. And I always set out like some of our like Christmas china and some, just do a little thing here. And then I have, well, there's still a mess on the dining room table. But I just have like our green tablecloth, red placemats, a few other Christmas things. These are all like our like dish towel or like kitchen towels and napkins and stuff that I need to put away until we need them. So that's what I did in here. I'm also trying to figure out where my candy dish is. Like my candy like container thing. I think it must be with like my wrapping paper stuff. Anyways, what I was saying about In a Holidays, back to the book. I like, once she stopped going back in time a bunch, it's not like she went back in time a bunch, but like I ended up really just like getting invested in like what was going on in May's life and like, how everything came together, and it just read really quickly. Christina Lauren tends to read like really fast for me. Like, I've read one of their books in a day. I just read it really quickly, I guess. So, I mean, overall, it's not my favorite. I think my favorite so far of Christina Lauren's is Love in Other Words. At least as of right now. But this one was cute. It was a cute holiday book. Like, they did a few like holiday type activities, which were fun to read about. And reading about like the traditions that this family had was cute. So yeah, a good solid Christmas book in my opinion, like holiday book. So now, sorry, I'm like walking all around my house while I'm vlogging. Hope you guys aren't getting like seasick or whatever, motion sick. Now I need to do my reading in Winter Street and my reading in Little Women. And then depending on what time it is, I might watch another Hallmark movie or potentially start another book. We shall see. Grizz just licked my hand, which is why the camera just moved. My next book for the 'Tis the Seasonathon, the only other book that I need to read is The Malt in Our Stars. But I could probably read, like, I'll finish that before the weekend easily. So it kind of just depends on how long it takes me to like read what I need to read and my buddy reads. So I'm going to do that, and I will see you guys later. Hello, everyone. It is Saturday, late morning, like 11 o'clock. I can't even remember if I updated you guys at all yesterday. I don't think I did. But I didn't really do much reading. I think I read like 40 pages of Winter Street, and that was it. Because my father-in-law came over for dinner, and that basically was like after work until like 8 o'clock or so, 9 o'clock. I don't even remember when they left. And yeah, it was just a kind of chill night, so I didn't do a ton of reading. I have read a little bit this morning, though. Not actually, more than a little bit. How much have I read? Like 50 pages this morning. In Winter Street. There's a chance that I might finish it today. I have to check in with Linda. I'm almost caught up to where she got to yesterday. I know she's working today, so I don't know how much she'll be able to listen to, but we're almost done with it. We haven't really like talked about like our thoughts yet, because it's been hard to figure out like where she is compared to where I am, just because there's not like numbered chapters and she's listening to the audio and I'm reading it physically. So it's a little bit like hard to make sure that like we're not going to spoil something for the other person. So that's where we are at right now, but it's possible that we'll finish it today. If not today, we'll definitely finish it tomorrow. Today, all my plans kind of like just like went to you know where, because it's really crappy out. Like it's been raining since like last night. So it's like really wet, and now it's like turning into like a rain snow mix, and so like the roads are really slushy. I was going to try and run a few errands. I have a book that's on hold at the library, but if I don't get it, it's not the end of the world. I can put it on hold again later. It was a book I was going to use for one of the readathons, but then decided to use something else instead and forgot to take it off hold. So it's not a huge deal. But I was going to go to the library. There's like a craft show thing happening in my town. I think it's in my town or the neighboring town, that I was potentially going to go to like see if I can find any presents. I was going to try and get stocking stuffers for John, but I just don't want to drive in this stuff because it's gross. So I'm just going to stay home today. Tomorrow's supposed to be like bright and sunny, so I'll just do everything I was going to do today tomorrow, which is why I'm in leggings and a sweatshirt, and my hair's not done, and probably not putting makeup on today. I'll just do all that tomorrow, maybe film a video tomorrow. I do need to edit my wrap up today. So yeah, I think I'm just going to have like a really casual, like low-key day. I'm going to attempt to make something, crochet something for a present. We'll see how it goes. I think that's what I'm going to do right now. And edit and do some reading. And yeah, I don't even know what else I'm going to do today. John and I were going to start the audiobook of The Light of All That Comes, That Falls. I don't know. Whatever the third book is in the Lycanius trilogy. We're going to start that today. Try and get a decent chunk of that listened to, at least a few chapters. John has D&D this afternoon online. Yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. So I also want to at least start, if not start and finish, The Malt in Our Stars, which is the last book I need to read for Tis the Seasonathon, which I can do. So anyways, that is where we are at as far as everything goes. So now I'm going to attempt to crochet this thing. It's going to be the first thing I've crocheted that's not just like a straight square. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be following along to a YouTube video. So wish me luck. If it turns out okay, I'll share it with you guys. If it turns out not okay, I won't share it with you guys. So hopefully you end up seeing it. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, I finished my crochet project and it didn't turn out too shabby. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but I'm pretty impressed. So I made this mug cozy. Just don't look too closely, especially if you're like Rainy or Linda or someone else who like crochets and knits way better than I do. Don't look too closely, please. Don't judge. But I'm happy with how it turned out. This is not the mug I'm going to use it with. It's just the mug that I grabbed. So overall, it's not too shabby. This is going to be a gift for someone. I'm going to get a mug for it and some other hot beverage things. So ignore those noises coming from Jimba. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised with how easy it was. It only took me like an hour to make, and that's because I had to like stop what I was doing and watch the video to figure out the next steps. But there it is. That is what I just crocheted. So I think I'm going to make another one for someone else. I don't know. I could make like 75 of these. I have enough yarn. So that is that. Now I need to eat some lunch, I think. And then I'm going to do some reading and I don't know, maybe do some other stuff. Who knows? So I will talk to you guys later. Hey everyone. So I just finished Winter Street. I don't know if Linda's finished it yet or not, but I got to where she was and realized there was only like 40 pages left, so I was like, I'm just going to finish it. So I just messaged her and let her know that I was done. So yeah, it kind of leaves off on like a little bit of a cliffhanger. I know that there's like, I own the second book in the series, so I'm wondering like, does that has to pick up like right where this leaves off, right? Like, right? But it was good. I loved the family dynamic. I love that you're just focused on one family and each of those like individual members like kind of personal struggles at Christmas time because they each have something going on. I really liked that dynamic of getting to know each of the family members individually. So overall, I thought it was pretty good. But then again, it's Ellen Hildebrand, and she's like one of my like new favorite authors. So I'm not surprised that I enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait to hear from Linda so that we can discuss more about it. And yep. So I think right now I need to read Little Women, but I also need to start The Malt in Our Stars. But I'm really cozy. Well, I shouldn't say really cozy. I'm slightly uncomfortable in my neck. I need a pillow right here. But other than that, I have like the 3 dogs around me. They're all under blankets, or I would show you, but they're just lumps. Well, Grizz is not under a blanket. There's Grizz. Grizz, say hello. Say hello. He's just looking at me. So I have Little Women basically within reach, so I might read a few chapters of that. And then read The Malt in Our Stars a little bit later once I go and grab it from the office. So I think that's the plan. I might end up taking a nap too. We'll see. Anyways, I'll check in with you guys later.
Hey everyone, it is 7 o'clock on Sunday evening. It's been a day. I didn't really do any reading until this evening. I was running errands and such. So just sat down and read for a few hours and finished The Malt in Our Stars, which is the last book I had on my TBR for the Tis the Seasonathon. So that was a success. I mean, I only read 3 books, but 3 books in a week is pretty good. Is pretty good for me. So I'm happy with it. So finished the Seasonathon. I just wanted to come on, wrap up this week's vlog because there's nothing else on my TBR for Tis the Seasonathon. So that's a wrap. So overall, a really successful week. I enjoyed everything that I read. It's a good start to December. So that is it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.